If you're an independent artist looking to accelerate your career, to get to the next level, you've heard all kinds of sales pitches that just never really hit home. They never help, but there really are 5 compelling reasons why you need to just become your own record label. And by doing that, you're going to basically install a whole new framework into what you're doing to literally get you to the next level. And it's the only way that you can basically see growth with your career. Number one, when it comes to the 5 keys of success on how to basically become your own record label, we're going to focus on owning your music. You become your own record label because you will retain rights to the music, and something that is missed quite a bit. And as a real entertainment attorney, I can share this with you because I've done this for 9 years. Whoever owns the music has the long-term benefit of then selling the music if you want to. Okay, so what I mean is when we look at music, if you treat it like an asset, okay, like a car, like something tangible that we could actually sell, then you understand that there is an inherent value that you will just have. If you own the music, you can sell it later. And for a lot of no-name artists who are just getting pretty good, consistent streams, you can sell in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. So number one, when it comes to 5 compelling reasons why you should just become your own record label, own your own music, because you're gonna make more money down the road. Okay, number two, when it comes to why you should just become your own record label, creative control. So in all your record label contracts that you will ever sign, it says 2 things about control. It says, number one, creative control will be held by the artist. Sounds good, right? But number 2, all business decisions will be made by the record label. So what that means is they're like, yeah, sure, go make the music that you want. We have the final say whether it gets released. You not only, by becoming your own label, you have control over the creative, but as well as the business. If you like it, you made it, you want to distribute it. So you get to basically be in the driver's seat. Number 3, when it comes to the 5 compelling reasons of why you should just start your own label, independence, right? So independence in that you get to make decisions for your career. This is a really big complaint. Okay, if you are going to partner up with another label, think of it just like that. It's a business partnership, but that means someone else has a say in all the stuff that you do. Most of us don't like that, right? Especially if it's someone that we don't really know. So if you are the boss now of your own label, that means you are making the decisions on what comes out, when it comes out, what's happening with your career, and that feels pretty good because a lot of people get in the situation where the label just holds on to their music because it doesn't want to push it. Why is it just going to release music that's going to flop? So that's basically when we hear of artists getting shelved because nothing's happening with their career. Number 4, when it comes to the 5 compelling reasons of why you should just start your own record label and do this for yourself is that you get to keep your revenue. When it comes to basically how do we get the most bang for our buck, obviously we talked about actually owning your music, but just remember, when you partner with a record label that's not your own, you are going to be giving a lot of the profits away. And that's just industry standard. Now, arguably, the label's taking all the big risks. They're the ones spending the money. They're the ones that are like the glorified piggy bank. So that's the justification for why, as an artist, you're going to get a really crappy percentage on the royalties, which, P.S., industry standard is something between 12% on the low end, maybe 18 to 20% on the high end if you're just slaying it and you have amazing streams and a ton of fans. So the point just being, that's a very tiny percentage of the royalties related to the music. So cross that off. If you are the boss, if you are the label, you keep 100% and you're not giving anything to the label. Number 5, when it comes to the most compelling reasons we need to think when we decide if we should just start our own label and do it for ourselves, making your mark. Okay, so think about this as far as just the legacy of what you're doing. In the best case scenario, you partner with a record label. The label does a great job for you. They help to promote you, they get new fans. At the end of the relationship, what did you learn? What do you own? And where are you at? Okay, and I'm gonna argue that at the end of the relationship, you probably didn't learn a lot as far as in the music business, how to do it yourself because the label was doing everything for you. And that felt nice, that was all great. But you're kind of back to square one, unless you go and literally do the same thing again with someone else who's going to do the work for you. Number 2, well, we just talked about ownership. Who's going to own the music? Well, the label that you signed with owns the music, not you. So you don't know anything. You don't own anything. And where are you at now? Hopefully you're in a pretty good place. If the label crushed it for you, you have fans, you can kind of go on to the next thing. And that's great. But the far majority of artists, unfortunately, don't kind of, get blown out of the water by the record label. Nothing could actually happen. And so you can understand where a lot of the frustration might come from If you're an artist that signs with a label that had big expectations and the label didn't do anything, and you also don't know anything now, and you don't own any of your music, so it doesn't feel good, okay? So it's more of, if you are going to go into a situation with a partnership with a record label, have your eyes open on what it is. And I think these 5 reasons that I just spelled out are incredibly compelling to why you should just do it yourself, become your own music business, figure out how to scale yourself to 6 figures, because it's not that hard. There's actually a formula, there's actually a framework that you have to follow, and once you do, it's incredibly empowering. And I want to see more independent artists doing this for themselves. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like it, share it with someone you care about, and thank you for watching.